nĩtũkũmũnyita thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya Afro Mizizi. Ngwĩciria andũ arĩa me harĩa thutha nĩ maratũigua. Anyway, welcome to Afro Mizizi. Roots,
man.
Yeah, the other day we talked about gated community.
Stroke. The fallen angels.
Oh, the fallen angels.
Yeah.
Now I think we should continue to look at how we were structured, as in like a homestead versus how we are living right now.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm singing that Vibes Cartel. Look at the life
we're living. Look on the life. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I think you had seen it a long time back.
Yeah.
You know, Vibes Cartel as an artist is a generational thing. We might never see something like him ever again. And an artist is a reflection of the times.
Yeah, it's the mirror of the society.
Absolutely. So you had seen it. So I think one thing that I was actually even questioning myself from the last episode as I was reviewing it and listening to it was just a little bit to touch on the architecture part. I was asking myself, and I think we had this conversation just before we started recording of us who have been demonizing our mud houses, and I was seeing white people and some Indians building mud houses in Europe and in the Americas, and gentrifying this. I'm trying to put it in a very subtle manner, but when they are building it, it's fantastic, it's awesome, the AC is crazy, the house is breathing. But when all of a sudden us we build it for ourselves, it's, oh god, it's a sign of poverty. Mud houses, and it's 2023. It's so sad. What do you think? Again, it's a colonization of the mind kind of thing.
You're calling it mud houses. I mean, like they are mad.
Yeah,
everybody is like
crazy.
It's insane.
It's so dumb.
It's like the madness of the house. Anyway, just a traditional house.
Yeah.
My take is mostly the issue I have. It's the structural, the way the structure are separated, the way it used to be versus the way it is now.
Yeah.
When I came to Nairobi, and then I started to live in the ghetto. We used to live in those mabati houses.
Yeah.
That your neighbor and you were separated by a
metal
sheet. Shit. So you used to hear everything that is happening on the other side.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you could participate in their meeting.
Absolutely.
There was no privacy whatsoever.
Exactly. Mechi ilikuwa ni Champions League mse.
Even that. There's some guys from Western who would like bring their mother and their sisters, and then they put them in the same one room.
Yeah.
And the guy is still going to have his mechi.
Ja.
The mother-in-law is in the other corner, man. Like
Jesus Christ.
It used to be crazy, man. Like, how deplorable is that? If you think like an African.
Yeah, it's so sad.
It's zero dignity, man.
Kabisa, it's dungeon uko chini. It's bad.
It's actually now I see the fallen angels.
Yes, you see that's why
how far
we are fallen, man. Because if we look at things in that perspective, and also even when we say, even if it's like Amechi and you on the other side, you are still getting the things that are on this other side. No, like you are valuing your peace and privacy.
No,
But now there's no privacy in
no, no, no. You
in
don't
the
get to
structures.
get privacy when you are poor.
Exactly. There's no time to
Fucking-
think.
what are you thinking? No, you just
You-
like a tout or something,
Yeah.
or a makanga
So
or something.
it's how to get by. As long as you're getting by, you're good.
Nobody gives a shit about poor people.
Mm.
It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever given a shit about poor people in this Western kind of a setting.
Exactly.
But before, there were no poor people.
There was no poverty.
There was no poverty. What
There was
was
not even
there?
a word for that.
There was no
probably.
like poverty. What are you
What?
talking about, man?
I'm trying to see like if in Kikuyu there's a word like that.
No, there is no.
Sir. There's nothing. This nigga just came and started.
And if you think
drilling
about
that
it
shit, yeah.
better, like how do children grow up in
In that
such kind of
scenario.
an environment?
Yeah.
So your kid your kid wakes up,
Yeah.
they see shit.
Yeah, going down. Yeah.
Everything like just not just there is retro like the sewage.
Yeah.
Then not just the sewage, there is also the environment, the toxicity in the environment.
Exactly.
There are some drunkards using all kinds of languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no moral compass for that child
Yeah.
when they are growing up.
Exactly.
So what they end up becoming is a beast that doesn't understand itself.
Exactly. And it's more of like when we said art is the mirror of society. Now we see the society when the kid becomes it when he grows up.
So you think about that as housing, that ghetto thing as housing.
Yeah.
What are you saying, man? You are saying that we are like in the deepest end of hell. If that is how we are going to define how we live.
Exactly.
In the name of job. Do you know those people who are in the ghetto left their lands?
Yes.
And now they are crying that prices of
Unemployment and
food
shit, yeah.
is high.
Yeah.
When you have like 10 acres
In Kitale or wherever.
in Kitale, or and then you are here talking about prices of food.
Nimekujaga kutafuta unga.
Utafuta unga na
Nairobi.
mahindi na pando huko.
Now the kinaya is that uko pale ametoka ndio kuna mahindi
Yeah.
yenye yatengeneza unga.
And it's gonna be a watchman somewhere. And
I know you are going there.
no, I'm not saying like, but that's what they do.
Yes.
That's what many
The
people are
numbers
doing.
don't lie.
Very shitty jobs. Again, it's because also of our parenting,
Yes.
the way they were brought up. Our parents believed city is better.
Yes.
It is better there. Life is better
There are,
there.
quote unquote more opportunities.
There are more opportunities.
Yes.
But they
In real
took
sense.
you to school with all their money,
Yeah.
and they became broke.
Exactly.
And you are broke now
Yeah.
without a job.
Without the
And even if
opportunities.
you have a job, it's paying peanuts.
Yeah. You are struggling
What
to
the
get
fuck,
by.
man? It's just shitty. Like, so if you look at now versus the way the structures were in the traditional setting,
Yeah.
there was a house called the gira.
Yes.
That is for men, where the men are supposed to meet.
Exactly.
There was, now when you have the gira, then you have nyumba.
Yes.
Now the gira is where decisions are being made.
Yes.
The
Right.
gira is where men are meeting
Absolutely.
during the day, of
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
At night,
And at night
it
there's
gets
some
down.
activities. Exactly.
It gets
It's about
down.
to get down.
What are you saying? man?
It always went
Too
down.
much privacy, man. It went all down there, man.
But I think it was fantastic.
It was awesome because you see, you didn't mix the female energy and the male energy.
Exactly.
So it wasn't as toxic as it is now.
Right now, yeah.
You're looking at a woman
Yeah.
and your sisters, and you're like so sick of them. We don't want to see them.
You value you want your own space.
They don't want to see you also.
Yeah, it's two-way.
It's true, eh?
It's fucking two-way, man.
So it was like that.
Yeah.
And the traditional man, or our ancestors,
Yeah.
they had figured out that particular problem.
Yeah.
So it didn't like happen overnight. Like today we are gonna be separating the
You
houses.
niggas, yeah. It's like boarding school. No, the girls, the boys. No, you don't like that.
So you see the distance between Nyoba and Tigira,
yeah.
that gave the privacy in between the two genders.
Yeah.
Children who are girls
Yeah.
were raised by their mothers,
Yes.
and they became mothers,
Exactly.
and they became responsible.
Exactly.
Have you seen the way children of nowadays who are raised in the ghetto, how they look like now?
Yo, bro, it's.
They don't know anything. They don't know what is right, what is wrong.
Yeah.
They can't figure it out.
Actually, even when we say the ghetto, I think we might be categorizing them as such. Children nowadays of any form, the ghetto, middle class, whatever, the upper middle class also, still shitty ass people.
Reason is because nobody is defining the roles.
Yes, clearly.
Nobody is saying this is the line that you cannot cross.
Yeah. The morality compass, we are not even. It's like an non-existent thing right now.
And if you think about those ones that you're calling privileged,
Yeah.
as we say, we would call them
Yeah.
middle income families.
Yeah.
First of all, most of them, they are very fat. That's the
It's like the that time reference.
I don't know why you let your kid to be that fat.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, man, like a kid is in class 5 and it's like, bro, that kid is even fatter than me.
Do you like your kid when you making them
the
fat
notion
like that?
the notion is that when you are fat, you are healthy. No, people are sick in their heads.
No, do you really love your kid when you making them fat like that?
I think they should tell us.
I think you hate your kid.
Yeah.
You hate your kid because you know you are subjecting somebody to heart attack and shit like that,
So
obesity
early,
and all
exactly.
that. Yeah.
To those weird disorders, diabetes and
And
shit.
self-esteem, man. Have you seen when somebody called you? And I've never been called fatty, but
Yeah.
okay, I used to be the one calling them. I know.
You're not sick,
It was kind of fun, man. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
when you are young, you're honest.
It's not bullying them. It's telling them the truth.
When you're young, you're
It's
very
honest.
honest.
Yeah, it's honest.
You never like want to lie. You just be
Straight
up
as
and you
an
say
arrow.
and you say what is on your
Like-
mind.
You are fat.
Yeah. You remember the fat kid always was the goalkeeper.
when I grew up, I thought about it as like, was this like a stereotypical kind of thing, or now is it now how we see it? Like why was the fat dude always the goalkeeper? He can't fucking run.
I can't. But now we see the goalkeepers are not fat. The ones
He has the fittest.
they are very fit.
Exactly. There's no fat goalkeeper in you.
Eh.
So it kind of is ridiculous. But we were sick for doing that to fat people. But anyway, it's still a sad situation that.
No, it's sad because you see, at the end of the day, you want the best for the next generation.
Exactly.
And one of the things is, if like the middle income people,
Yeah.
they are not able to raise their kids because they are so busy,
Yes.
quote unquote,
Yeah.
And
Work and whatever.
work and projects and traveling and all that kind
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah. Having fun also nowadays, I was told it's a thing for parents. They should also be having fun. I really don't understand that shit.
No, they should, but
But at what extent? And is it at the expense of the kid also?
No,
There's those questions.
you leave your kid with a very illiterate, or the failures of the society.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those children that are unfortunate, they are sad, first and foremost.
Yeah.
So she didn't make it to high school,
Mm.
or she dropped out.
Yeah.
Now you go to work, you leave your kid
With them.
with them. They don't give a shit about your kid.
Exactly. And they'll be projecting also to the kids.
And kids do learn by seeing.
Absolutely.
So you see, like, it's the whole housing.
Scenario is work.
It's crazy.
It's madness, in fact.
It's just madness.
Because even as we were saying, a boy used to learn from his dad by doing what? Seeing.
By observing.
Just observing what he does. He saw, even from the word go, when he started to understand himself, my dad lives that side alone. This other side, may come to eat, if I want to eat, or come to take food and shit. Then I might also take that food and go to his house, and he doesn't have a problem. And then his sisters are like on this other side with their mother.
They are learning the most important job
Exactly.
of raising the next generation.
Exactly. And there's also a transfer of the energies, as you're saying. The man is transferring his masculine energy to the boy. The woman is also doing the same thing, transferring the same feminine energy to the lady. Nowadays we can see why we have such a big ridge between the two genders. Oh, plus now the like 65 million other genders that are there, because we are not taking care of the basics.
Yeah, we didn't have like those LGBTQ things and transgender and gender identity, gender fluid. What the fuck is
What the
that?
hell is that, man? It's freaking crazy.
Anyway, like, that's a
The-
white man's problem.
Yeah, that's his problem. But like for us, I think we're having this conversation of if animals would have chosen to be also identifying as maybe humans or stuff, which was like crazy. Because if we look at it back then, there was no identification of things. You knew, like, this energy is being transferred from my dad to me.
Did you know that, like, it was determined
Yeah.
at birth? Your path was defined
Yes.
at birth.
Yeah.
So by the time you becoming an adult, or even dying as a very old man,
Yeah.
all that process
path
was
was
taken care of.
Exactly.
I think we should talk about it in our podcast.
Yeah.
And if you think about now again, the structures,
Yeah.
the white people think they decided how they introduced structures to us.
To us, yes.
No, they did not, because we had a granary.
Yes. Absolutely.
We had where to store the food
Exactly. Within the homestead.
within the homestead.
Exactly.
And there were no like thieves coming
no.
to steal from your granary.
No. Funny part, I was saying this funny, it's not funny, it's how it was structured. A granary was placed just hapo karibu na gate. Why? So that one, from a Kikuyu perspective, and also remember, back in the day there were no thieves. So what used to happen was, if a traveler is on his journey, and he goes and then he's like, I'm tired, or I have to find something to eat, he'd he'd go in to one of the homesteads and have a conversation probably, and also the granary is there for the taking, and he can have his food. Because from a point of view, I had this from my grandmother. The granary used to also have, not only did it have grains and dry foods, it had dry foods that can be eaten right there and then. Like there was meat that was put in calabashes for some weird reasons, and it could stay there for the longest time, and it would be still fresh. People will still eat it. So you see, that is like ready-made food already that is in the granary.
We had figured out preservation of food.
So early.
So someone thinks like a freezer is the best
It's a
thing.
concept. Yeah, it's a whole concept.
You know those curry things they do with musik, the milk,
Yes, the smoking.
the smoking, and also the
charcoal and bro.
I mean, like, it was awesome.
Yeah, they didn't just that he come across it. They were doing this for centuries and centuries.
They
Or
do
for
that
years
now.
and years.
if you take a meat and smoke it,
Yeah,
it's still gonna be good.
absolutely.
So the freezer is a commercial thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a business thing. It's just something to make the money off.
And you see the freezer
Mm.
or the fridge was invented to cater for problems in Europe.
Yes.
It is not like a local thing.
Yeah, the tropicals can't. It doesn't make sense for the tropicals, niggas.
I've seen people
Us.
buy meat and put in a freezer. Well, like in slaughterhouses,
Yeah.
they are slaughtering every day. So why would you wanna eat that rotten shit?
I find it so weird. You know, now someone told me, I don't know if it sounded to me like an excuse, told me they don't have time.
What time?
So I was like,
Go slaughter
bro,
at
just
night.
go and not even, it's just there. It's like a 10 minutes walk. You don't have 10 minutes, my brother?
Butcheries are open.
20. People are just either lazy or are always looking for excuses. Because me, one of the things, I think the only part where a freezer actually helped me is maybe with my water if I want it cold. Or maybe you want to do like a cryotherapy session of you need that ice cold bath. That's the only place that I need a freezer. These are the things about food, bro. I'll just go get them fresh, eat them fresh.
The market is always open.
It is open. The market.
Fresh nyanyas are coming from like 20 kilometers away.
Exactly.
You get fresh nyanyas. They are there.
They are there, my friend.
Within like some few hours from the garden. And then here you are taking like a sack of nyanyas and throwing them inside
There's some person who was even cutting them, putting them inside that lunchbox thing,
Yeah.
then putting them in the freezer so that when they come, they just slice them and put them in the stew so that they endelea kupika. I find it really ridiculous.
Again, that's called scarcity mentality.
Absolutely.
Because you see, if you want to get meat that is like 20 kilos and
Yeah.
stash it in your house
Yeah.
for you to eat for the next 1 month, what the fuck are you doing? Honestly.
You're a sick individual.
How about just share the meat, then tomorrow you get another meat.
Exactly. It will come. Even Jesus said, do not worry about tomorrow.
Yeah, and Jesus wasn't white. Again, I keep saying that.
That nigga was black. Black Jesus, man. Malcolm X style. That nigga was black.
Yeah.
So they can't tell us nothing. So I think yes, it's a scarcity mentality point of view, and also even the freezer or the fridge concept again is not an African concept, as you're saying, because remember our weather is very different from theirs. As you're saying, theirs is cold, so they just found a loophole with their coldness. As we live in the tropics, the sun is out. We have to look for alternative ways to make sure our things last, like the smoking part for the mosaic, smoking part for the fish. Also, fish were also being smoked back in the day.
Yeah.
By the guys at the lake. What else? Honey was also a very occurring. What is it called? It was
Preservative.
We had bees, exactly. We had bees back then, and we were harvesting that honey back then still. So the white people can't come and say that also that they make the honey that we consume in supermarkets and all those other places to last longer. No, we had it.
But honey doesn't go bad. Do you know that?
Exactly. But the one in the supermarkets has preservative.
It's not honey. It's just some shit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like honey that has honeycombs doesn't go bad.
Exactly. If it's being used as a preservative, see, if you just ask yourself the question. Now, as you're buying honey, it's written the expiry date. You're like, bro, how, when, why?
But again, you see the idea of the idea of what is invented in Europe
Yeah.
is invented because of the necessity of the European.
Yeah.
You know, they say necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
We didn't need to have a freezer, so we did need to invent it.
Absolutely.
So that's why you can't come here as an inventor of freezer and bash me about freezer.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't need it.
In the first place. I already have mine.
I don't need it.
I have how I do my preservation methods. So what are you telling me?
Again, we didn't need to cross the ocean. We were good here.
Yes.
So we didn't need aeroplanes. So
Absolutely.
somebody should explain to me why the explorer. I want to explore. Explore
Columbus.
what?
Bombo clat, man.
There's another thing I had, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
man. These people are just stupid. These people they take us for what? Did you like? You hear? Is it Rodwig Kraft?
Yeah.
Discovered the Mount Kenya.
Yeah. Alright.
Fuck, man. So the people around Mount Kenya thought that was the one.
Yeah, they thought this is like
They were like, okay, this is
this is a cow.
these are cows.
This is a cow.
So
that- it's a permanent cow.
And he even came and renamed
Yes, it.
it. I'm actually sick of calling that lake in East Africa.
Victoria.
Yeah, I'm sick of calling.
I actually
it
don't
that.
know to say that. Probably they said someone, maybe some guy found out that. Oh, there was also that guy. That guy who quote unquote discovered the Blue Nile or the White Nile comes to inamwaga maji yake in Lake Victoria. I was like, oh, so you think these niggas who are living there didn't know that this river is just going and then there's a lake there? These niggas, they take us for like dumb ass people.
And they even call it their European name.
Yeah.
So Lake Turkana used to be called Lake Rudwig or
Yeah,
something.
there's a name exactly.
Yeah, I mean like,
Bro, man, don't do this shit, man. don't do it.
Yeah.
It's so saddening that they think, and it's a lot. Even like I think there was someone saying in the Congo also they renamed. Even okay, Congo is a very it's a whole story because we really don't like talking about it because that's where a lot of bad things happen. But a lot of even the towns in Congo were named those Belgium names because there was I think a city called Leopoldville, something like that.
yeah.
I think that was Kinshasa. So when this other guy, this crazy other president, what was his name? The one who changed even the Congo to Zaire.
Lumumba.
No, there's the other one.
The other one.
The other guy who used to wear a thing. What is his name?
His-
Mogo. He has a very long name. So he changed some of. He had changed some of the names, and also some guys were also changing them because I was like, bro, we can't be living like this. So you at Leopoldville. What the hell is this?
Leopold's it's murderer's village.
Yes.
Short.
Come on, it doesn't make sense. So I think to some extent, I think I should stop. But anyway, we are living in a world right now that, and we should maybe talk about this in another podcast of whatever is happening in West Africa, which I really find to be very fantastic. We did talk about it the other podcast, but
yeah.
just yesterday, Gabon, the brothers did the thing.
I think what's happening is French. The French people have to go.
Yeah, they've been fucking in West Africa for too long.
They have to go. There's no way
Macron
they
has
have
to
they have to sit there and take every time.
yeah.
It's been like, is it 60 years
Bro,
of
it's even
taking?
someone like it's been 60. So yeah, a lot of the countries were getting the independence in the 60s.
Someone was born and died as they were taking.
Yeah, but the new generation are like, bro, that's it.
Let it go down. I would
Even me, I'm for them. I'm like,
uh,
even if we can do the whole of West Africa, next they should actually do for Nigeria, even if it's not a French-related colony. Coup that nigga who their president is also in diapers.
yeah.
Coup d'etat that nigga, and take shit, take your country back. Shell is still. Oh God, it's such a story.
I saw in the news that they are complaining of fuel prices in Nigeria. They have been doing that.
How do you complain of fuel prices when you have the fuel there?
It's like Saudi Arabia complaining of fuel prices.
Imagine it's ridiculous. It's like a Kakamega complaining of food.
Yeah.
You can't
You know, it's sickening.
But we need for the niggas who are doing the coups, we
Mhm.
need one in Nigeria ASAP, man. We need one. That napkin nigga gotta go. He gotta go, man. He gotta go. So I think let's go back. I think we have gone. You know, we must always attack the greedy.
Again,
I
I'm lost
don't get lost.
into that craziness of West Africa.
Yeah.
They are our brothers, you know.
Yeah, we are up in arms with them. Me, I'm with them. Bro. Especially that Burkina Faso nigga. Him and the Niger nigga, and there's another guy also. There are 3 countries who have those generals in place because Gabon was the 4th. I can't remember the other country.
Niger,
It's called the G5. Guinea.
and
Guinea, yeah. Fantastic. If that whole belt, because that's the G5. If you can do that belt and then go downwards, liberate all of those other niggas who aren't liberated, especially under the French.
Yeah. Now, if you think about now our way of life,
Yeah.
as we relate our life
Yeah.
in the way we used to construct our homestead,
Yeah.
going back there,
Yeah.
we had where we used to keep the livestock. It was still inside
Inside the house, yeah.
and then when inside the homestead you have that cubo,
Yes.
and then you have, do you know that when you are in that homestead,
Yeah.
you have everything?
It's complete. It's fucking complete, my nigga.
Even if there was war outside, you would like sit there for a minute and be okay.
I was absolutely. I was reading something. I was saying that even in times of like raids,
Yeah.
the men would now go now because they have to fight for the community, and make within the homestead. They knew where they've left their kids and their wives, because there are many. They were safe because of how the homestead was.
Yeah.
I was like amazed. I was like, bro, these niggas had planned it from day one. They knew even when disaster struck, the people were safe.
You know, people need to understand it. The homestead
Yeah.
is just one unit
Yeah.
in a lot of other units surrounded
Yeah.
by like secure fencing.
Yes.
That is what we are calling a gated community.
Yeah.
So there is no way you are getting to the homestead without going through the main entrance.
Ah, yes.
So there is like it's all ordered,
Yeah. And there was a lot of order.
and in fact the way they used to secure the main structure, the gated community as we can call it,
Yeah.
it used to be very, very organized. It's like the way Vietnamese,
Yeah.
the way they defeated Americans.
Yes.
You know what they used to do is they dig like trenches.
Yeah.
When Americans are running towards whatever,
Yeah.
they would fall into those trenches, and when you fall inside the trench, there are spikes.
Ah, yes. I saw even in Cambodia. Yeah,
Yes.
I saw it, yeah.
There are spikes, and those spikes are poisoned, so there was no way you could survive.
Yeah.
Now in a Kikuyu setup,
Yeah.
they used to have around the gated community,
Yeah.
they would dig a big
Pit.
a pit around it,
Yeah.
and then put spikes inside there.
Yeah.
So I think we were supposed to be Vietnamese or something. I don't know.
Or maybe Vietnamese are like us.
Or they are the ones copying us. I don't know. But that was magical, you know.
Exactly, from a even foundation perspective.
And at night, nobody would be allowed to leave that gated community.
Exactly.
Not about the homestead, because you
Mm.
see, like you have this home, that other home, that other home, and the other home. You can roam around, have parties, and all that.
Yeah.
But the gated community, you cannot just leave.
Exactly.
So you cannot now be attacked.
Yeah.
And there are soldiers that are, you know, people think of soldiers as
They
a
think
dude
with a
that just came the other day.
Yeah.
Like, people used spears.
Yeah, and they look normal. There's no like camouflage clothes. No, they're just like.
But I think they were strong.
Yeah, they were strong. Yeah.
They were Africans and
Yeah. plus
strong
you're
and all
black.
that.
Yeah, they had it.
They had it.
They had it.
And
And
s-
you see, I think.
6 packs and shit. I just thinking about them.
Plus, also, I think, you know, if we talk about physicality, it also came from the activities that you used to do. Niggas were doing that. They were farming.
Yeah.
They were building houses.
Yes, yes.
They were like everywhere. So, bro, you have to be jacked, man. There's
Yeah.
no two ways. You had to be jacked.
Mm.
You had to be jacked. So, I think, yes, I think there's a point which we had. I don't know if we had gone through it of the gira was where the laws were made by the head of the house.
Yes.
Remember, the head of the house, one day, one time, he will become an older person, go and become an elder.
Yeah.
So be in the council of elders. So you see, again, even from a leadership point of view, you are looking at things from are you able to make decisions on your own and implement them, and we see the results. There was like that blueprint of how Akikuyu was supposed to live, but there were the tiny bits of how you want your homestead to run.
Yeah.
So I think that was the part. There was the Digira, the man had to make the laws. Had a conversation with his wife or wives on how also now the laws that have been made will be interpreted to the kids, because now this is the kids and how the home will be run at large. So the woman was like, the man was like, in what nowadays we look at it, it was like the legislature, and the woman would be like the executive of making sure things are actually done.
And again, the man spoke to his sons
Yes.
about whatever it is,
Yeah.
and he would call them in the Dingira.
Yes.
Tell them shit.
Yeah.
Tell them now you have not to do this. Guide them.
Exactly.
Nowadays you find men not doing anything.
Yeah, we have a lot of even absent fathers, and they are there already. Absent mothers, and they are there. No, that they're not at there. They are absent, but they are still living with the kids.
Wako sherehe wanapiga dunda.
Dunda ni
They
kila
be
siku,
like
bro.
in Kiabu Road.
Or Kili.
Eh?
Bro, it's bad. Langata Road.
Langata Road, LA, manze.
Bro.
All the joints men are frequenting, like you remember the joint we went and they were like fat people. No, I mean like
You're sick. It was sad. I think it was a
it
very
was
sad
sad
situation,
place,
yeah.
man.
So it's I think the parents are absent, and they're not taking the chance and opportunity they have to actually give to the kids.
But again,
Guide them.
you're gonna ask yourself,
Yeah.
where did the parents get it from? Their parents.
Yeah.
Because the parents of today
Yeah.
are the 80s and 90s.
Exactly.
Because now their parents were the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
60s, 70s. Those people are colonized as shit.
Yeah.
They were the ones who made us follow these religions and these shitty education lifestyle. It's them.
Exactly.
Come on.
But now you see, now there's a surge. There's people who want the truth, and the truth has to be told.
It's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute.